Hey, what's going on, Candy? This is your favorite Candy lady, Miss I Candy, and I am giving you the review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so this is season. Hold on, because I don't even know. I don't know which one it is. This is the one that just pissed me all the way off. That's which one this is. This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 7, episode 15, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, 15 or 16. But this episode was interesting. You know, it had its moments or whatever that grabbed me. I didn't take notes. I haven't been taking notes lately because Sunday and I'm multitasking, cooking, and making my daughter stay out the room because Atlanta Housewives is not children friendly. So I'm like, this is grown people TV. You go in the room. And because she was out today, I let her 8 o'clock is her bedtime, but she got to stay up till 9 today because she got home late. Whatever. Sometimes I'm flexible, but I did watch it, and I'm just gonna talk about the key parts that stood out to me the most. I'm gonna try to save the ending because that's the part that pissed me off like the most, but I'm gonna just try to work my way up to it. So Todd and Candy, Todd's back in town, and Candy is first. It seems like because she there with like Carmen and I think the other dude or whatever. But when Todd get there, it seems like Candy is kind of being a little too open. Like, okay, what's the next topic for Candy Code Night gonna be? Todd is asking, and she's like, I think it's gonna be how to spice up your sex life. And he's like, oh, really? So yeah, because I need to do this show. I really need to do this show. Like throwing shade, and everybody is kind of like this is some shit she don't need to be talking about with us in the room. So they leave, and it's like, Candy, why are you always trying to bring out your business, in front of people, belittle him a little bit, or talk about this to us, I was talking about this Friday night on I Candy After Dark, which is my radio show. It was before Candy Code Nights. I did not bite, but we were talking about this situation, and Miss Mocha was saying how she feels like Todd might be cheating on Candy, and Coach said was saying that men and women are different. If a man ain't getting it, he probably getting it from somewhere else. And I was like, well, see, I feel like Todd is just at this point where he is just over it with everything that Candy has kind of put this man through, and she still isn't trying to change or make stuff different. He's just kind of like, man, and it might not be he don't want to have sex. It might be he don't want to have no baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might just be pushing pause on the sex because he's not yet ready to get this young lady pregnant. Because why get somebody pregnant when you don't know where the relationship really gonna go? Like, he's already had the child's mother situation, and he wants to have a marriage, wife and a child, like family environment, and not 2-parent household. This your mama, this your daddy, and do this again. It seemed like he's a little more mature than that. He don't want to do that again. So with Candy not getting her mother in order, with Candy disrespecting him in front of her employees, with Candy like not getting the daughters bonding thing together, and the way they raise their daughter differently. Like, he's starting to see some stuff in my eyes, and he's like, whoa, maybe we should pause on the kid thing and figure this stuff out. So I don't know if that's the case, but I'm just saying that could be an issue with why Todd is not really out gung-ho to banger. And then he could just be exhausted. Like, girl, your mama just talk smack about me and you ain't say nothing. Nah, I don't feel like giving you that. Like, he just might not be into you right now. And then again, he could be cheating, yes, but I don't really, for some reason, I don't think Todd's cheating. But so Carmen and the crew, they exit stage left, and then Candy is talking to Todd like about sex, basically. Like, so Todd, I guess they like do a mock interview of like if he was on their show. One last time, he said, what's been going on with you, Todd? He said, I've been grinding. She said, yeah, speaking of grinding, when's the last time you were grinding? And he said, I was just grinding. She said, when the last time you was grinding on somebody type stuff? And he was like, I don't really want to talk about that or whatever. And she was like, yeah, so why we ain't had no sex? Candy is a horn dog. She's like, I want sex, and I want sex now. We need more sex. So then she suggests to him that they go to counseling, and he's like, oh, what are your issues in the marriage? And she said, I just need to have more sex. And he's like, okay, so how do you think we are financially? And she's like, financially, I think we good. We ain't hurting for no money. I just want more sex. So clearly Todd is feeling like maybe the money thing is an issue. And also I feel like Todd is gone more often. You know, he was producing the Hollywood Diva show, and maybe the reason why he's grinding so hard and working so hard is because Mama Joyce was throwing all that, you an opportunist, you need to work. So he's working. You know what I'm saying? He working. So I just don't feel like Todd is a bad guy. And I don't feel like Candy is giving him the credit that he should be given in their situation. I just feel like it's unfair to him. And then now that, you know, time has passed since they did all this filming, Todd's mom has passed away and all that, so it's just even more. So I just feel bad for Todd. I'm Team Todd at this point. I am Team Todd. So then we go to Phaedra. Crazy Phaedra. Okay, I know I love me some Phaedra. I love my Phaedra. But Phaedra is saying that she wants to get the demons out of the house. Now that Apollo's gone, she wants the evil spirits out of her house. So she, I don't know if it's the preacher or the priest or whoever she calls, one of the ministers, the people she know, comes to the house. Something happened before that when she was talking to somebody about it, like, Chad, but I don't remember that, so I don't even care. But the part that stood out to me was when she had this gentleman and this lady come to her house to get away the demons. It reminded me of my family because I got an old school Christian family as well. Like my aunts, you know, my great aunts, they got the holy oil bottle and the Bible, and they'll come in and throw it like, oh, the demons, and cast the spirits out. So I definitely know that. Sean G is known for frankincense and myrrh. Okay, Sean G. I was trying to get her to do this review, y'all, but she hadn't watched it yet. So, and she said she wasn't feeling good anyway, and she ain't had her face right. You know how she do. But she's even old school Christian, so I just thought it was funny that Phaedra had, you know, the old school Christians come in there and do that thing, and they was praying and, you know, getting the house in order from all the evil spirits. I was like, okay, Phaedra, I know the world is going to look at you, and they going to have a lot to say, but I'm not going to have much to say because I'm old school Christian. That's my family. I'm a preacher's grandbaby, so I definitely understand it. So I'm like, okay, that's what's up. It was just funny, you know. it was just like, okay. Shout out to Portsmouth, Ohio, where my family's from. But that part was interesting. Then Cynthia go meets up with Kenya and Claudia because she got some tea to tell them, honey. And I was just like, Cynthia's so messy. She's just so messy, y'all. Like, I don't even understand. Why is she on this show? Like, if you really ain't got no life but to be messy and spread people's mess and be talking about other people, like, you shouldn't even be on this show. Like Nene said, you should be the one to go because you don't have no business. Like, I know it was like you mad at Nene because it seemed like Nene was trying to take your coins, but get you some business. Show us you modeling. Show us Peter's bar more often than y'all working and you doing other stuff besides you talking about other people's business. Like, get you a life. I don't understand this, but she wanted to tell Kenya and Claudia about the tea she got from Peter that he got from his girlfriend Apollo, about how allegedly Phaedra was texting Mr. Chocolate and she was about to be out the plantation soon and she loved him and like when daddy spanks her. Okay, so she told the girls the tea and the girls like, what? Are you serious? Like, I don't, make me understand this. And then Cynthia's telling them the story. Kenya has a meltdown like, this is just messed up because she called me a whore. You can't call me a whore when you're the one that's cheating on your husband and he not even in jail. You're like, girl, why are you crying? What you crying for? I didn't understand how she got so emotional about it. Like, this is why I say Kenya cannot act. I have seen a couple of Kenya's movies. What is it? Is it Consensual? It's on Netflix. Some movie that she was in. For a brief period. And then she was in that movie Toi, the first Toi. I think I might have said this before. And it's probably like one other thing I done seen her in. But she suck in all of it. Like, in every movie she can't act. She cannot act. Like, at all. And she can't act on this show. Whenever she had these meltdowns, it's like, girl, for real. Like, I'm sorry, Twirl. I'm sorry, Team Twirl, but that just wasn't a genuine cry to me. And it was just, like, unnecessary. Like, what are you upset about? Like, yeah, she called you a whore, but she ain't even called you a whore recently. Like, she's not been saying nothing about you being a whore lately because she has her own stuff to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And you mad because she didn't apologize to you because Apollo actually confessed that he lied about the whole text messaging or whatever the case may be. But she don't have to apologize if she don't want to. I wouldn't have because it was beef before that. And you've done some stuff. You flirted with her man a couple of times. Yeah, you might not have slept with him, right? But we've seen it on TV. You flirting with him and him flirting with you, and that's disrespectful to Phaedra. So I wouldn't like you. It is what it is. Get over it. She ain't got to be your friend. So I don't know why it's making you cry that she doesn't want to. Whatever. It was just like. So I was over that. Then we see Candy. I don't know what Nene was doing, or Dimitri, or Portia. Maybe I just tuned out. Maybe I went into the kitchen and did something when all that stuff happened. But Candy meets up with Phaedra. She hasn't seen Phaedra in quite some time. Candy got her own thing going on, and Phaedra got her own thing going on. And it seems like Candy hasn't really been there for Phaedra as much during this time, because Candy is definitely going through her own thing. But I mean, as a real friend, you can check in on your friend, especially because your friend is going through something for real. Like, she really going through some stuff. So you can check in on her and make sure she's good. Y'all was like thicker than thieves. Y'all was best buddies for a minute, so I don't understand why you ain't reaching out to her. But then again, we saw on the reunion show last season how you was a little salty that Phaedra and Nene are like, bonding and having a little friendship. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe Candy a little jealous of Phaedra and Nene's friendship, which, whatever. I don't really care. Friends are friends. Like, y'all acting like high schoolers. Like, come on. Be grown-ups. So, yes, Candy goes and checks on Phaedra and see how you been doing. It seems like she's trying to talk about Apollo and stuff, and Phaedra's really not trying to talk about it. So then Ken's like, so what's up, girl? What's been happening? Like, let me know what's the deal. What's going on? And she's like, what about the demons? And she didn't know about Apollo. Like, why wasn't he there? What he doing? And she explained how he was coming there all crazy and turned up and threatened to teach that he burnt down the place and he punched holes in the walls and stuff and all of that. They're talking about it. And she's like, what? He did? What? So then she invites Phaedra to dinner with the girls later on that evening. Phaedra shouldn't have went, truthfully. She said, what time is it? And Phaedra what's her name? Candy was like, it's at 8 o'clock. Like, yeah, she's going to ask you what time it is because she has 2 small children. Like, come on, Candy. You got to be a better friend. Just a little bit better of a friend. Like, I get it. You got life and life happens and you married now and you got, your own issues, but it just don't seem like you just, like you're trying to be too neutral. You're trying to be a little too neutral. And at this point, you kind of got to pick a side. And I know that ain't right, but these chicks is evil. Okay? They a little evil. Because right now, what Phaedra going through, she don't need to be dealing with this extra stuff. So they have dinner. They get there. They all, hey, girl, hey. They get there. Who's there? Candy's there, Cynthia's there, Demetria's there, Claudia's there, Kenya's there, and Portia's there. And Portia's like, well, where the heck is Phaedra? I talked to her, she ain't text me back. So they start ordering their drinks or whatever, and then here comes Nene and Phaedra. They coming together, which is good. I was happy that Nene was there because I was thinking, oh my goodness, they gonna all jump on poor Phaedra, nobody gonna have her back. But Nene was there. And we know at this point in time, Nene does have Phaedra's back a little bit, which is really good. People don't like Nene, and I'm not even the biggest Nene fan, but I do like that Nene will have your back if she's your friend at that moment. So it seems like it's a good time. Like, everybody is like talking and drinking and eating and everything is fine. And what's been going on with you? Oh, I've been doing this. And what's going on with you? Then all of a sudden, Cynthia's messy but just feels the need to say, well, I'm just going to say it. Peter talked to Apollo and he had something to say about what's going on with you guys. Like, why are you even bringing this up? Like, why was that necessary? I was so salty at Cynthia for even saying that. It didn't even seem like it was needed. It wasn't the place. It wasn't the time. Like, it was a good time. It was actually a peaceful time amongst these women, and all of a sudden you bringing mess into it. For what? And then her confessional, she's like, well, I'm just trying to keep it 100 since everybody's saying they keep it 100. I'm just gonna keep it 100 since everybody talking about being a hoe and hoe. Nobody was saying nothing about a hoe. They was eating lamb chops and beef beef tenderloins or whatever. Nobody was mentioning anything about a whore. Nobody said nothing about a whore. And then the last thing that happened with the whore was Claudia and Nene. So why are you bringing Phaedra and her husband's situation? And like, it's messy. You are messy, Cynthia. You are so messy, and you do not get a pass for this, because there was no need for you to bring that up. Like, that is just trifling. And I vote you off as the weakest link. I don't even want to see you on the show no more, because you just messy. You starting stuff for no reason. You too old. How are you? Like 45? Grow up. Like, you know, I think she might be 50. I need to Google how old is Cynthia Bailey. I want to know. Look, I'm going to Google as I'm talking. How old is Cynthia Bailey? Come on, Google. I should ask Siri or something. She's 47 years old. Okay, so you just a few years younger than my mama. Grow up, okay? Like, at this point in time, grow all the way up. That don't make no sense. That is just ridiculous. So after Cynthia brings this information out, everybody is kind of quiet. We see Nynthia. We see Nene in her confessional saying how, you know, Cynthia looked a mess, looked the fool to be bringing this up because it's not needed. And then we also see other confessionals, but no one really says nothing at the time. And then Phaedra is like, oh, so is that what Peter told you? Well, he's lying. He's lying. And then here comes Kenya. Well, that's not all he said. That's not the full story. And then she's like, well, regardless of what the story is, it's a lie, whatever. And she's like, well, no, that's not. Well, do you tell the story? Well, no, I'm going to let Cynthia tell it because she knows more than I do. Then why are you talking? If you don't know as much as she knows, why are you even opening your mouth? Like, what are you talking for? So it's just, these chicks are so messy, y'all. It's so messy. So Cynthia's still trying to explain it, and Phaedra's just like, child, that's not the truth. That's a lie, you know, whatever. And then Kenya comes in so aggressive, like she knows it. Well, actually, the problem is that you were having an affair with somebody named Mr. Chocolate. And she's like, who was Mr. Chocolate? Who is that? That's what Phaedra said. And then Kenya's like, Mr. Chocolate is the man that you're having sex with. How do you know, Kenya? How do you, did you read the text message? Number one, were you the one that read the text? Did you see it on the phone? Or did you get hearsay from Cynthia? Because you're making it seem like you know. You up here telling this story like you know for a fact. And if you don't have facts, why are you bringing false information? You had a big problem with people bringing false information about you, but here you are preaching like it's a fact. See, that's my issue. Like, you trying to say, well, they called me a whore, so now I can say no, because okay, we're believing Apollo about a text message when he's confessed that he lied about a text message and about, you know, stuff from you. So he's not even a person that we can believe at this point. So why are we even believing anything he's saying? If what he said about you was not true, how is he believable? Is he trustworthy? Anything he say facts? Like, whatever, Apollo, nobody's listening to him. Like, please. So it gets heated, and, you know, Phaedra jumps up with her purse like she gonna do something. I was so mad. I really wanted Phaedra to hit her. Like, and I know that ain't right. That ain't right. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not Southern Belle. I'm from the Midwest, you know, and I try to conduct myself as a classy woman, and I have a certain thing about me, but I have my breaking point. And right then and there was my breaking point where I would have dragged Kenya for filth. And this is some serious stuff. I'm not joking. I'm not laughing. Kenya would have got her butt handed to her that day, because she tries people too much, and she takes you there too much, and then she wants to play the victim later, like, oh, you're gonna hit me? Yes, I'm gonna hit you. And it wouldn't have been no, like, she was more, you know, like that. I would have boom, just real quick, let's go. Like, you really got something to say, you talking a whole bunch, you pointing, and you do, let's do this, let's handle it, let's go. Like, I ain't really got time to play them games. I'm too old. Kenya's 44. I'm 30. And I would have busted her for real. So, after that happens, Nene and Portia get Phaedra out. Come on, let's go. Get you out of here. Get out here. And as they leave, and then Candy finally gets up and go too. And I guess the big thing was Portia was saying that her confessional was like, "Dad, well, Candy, this supposed to be your friend. How come you was the last one to get up and you ain't even defend her? You was just quiet." And that is true. I think that there comes a time when you try to be neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, look, I'm not. But then for me, I'm the type of friend. Yes, I can be neutral, but I'm gonna have my friends back. Like if my friends is getting too heated, like I would have said something like, "Yo, Kenya, like this ain't the time for that. Cynthia, this ain't the time for that. I arranged us to get together to have a good time. Which I'm not gonna do is do this right now." That would have been the first thing to do, not necessarily defend Phaedra or go off on Cynthia, but just be like, "Yo, right now ain't the time. Stop. If you want to talk to her, call her on the phone, but don't take my peaceful dinner and ruin it with this BS." That's what I'm saying. Like, handle it, but you didn't handle it because you ain't really, you got to get checks too, I guess. Maybe Bravo told you had to, but you looking like, you ain't really all that great of a friend because at the end of the day, you and Phaedra were supposed to be tight, just like Nene and Cynthia were supposed to be tight. You and Phaedra ain't had no outs like Nene and Cynthia, so why you ain't having your friends back? Like, this is supposed to be your friend. She was in your wedding. Like, you know what I mean? This is your dog. I don't understand why you ain't have your dogs back, but I guess that's that. They took Phaedra outside, and Portia was going to give her a ride home or whatever, and because her car was closest, and then they talking about it. And the girls are standing inside and they're talking about it. And Claudia's like, "I can't believe she's going to hit you. What you mean you can't believe it? You chicks just don't know." I think I cannot be on a reality show. This is proven that I cannot be on reality TV because I would probably go to jail for hitting somebody. You're not going to try me. People think that, well, especially Kenya, she's like, "You need to be able to conduct yourself and not use violence." Well, don't make me get upset to where I need to use violence. You can't control my reaction to your BS. Don't bring nothing to me, and I won't bring nothing to you. Like, I might get physical if you try me. Try my reputation. And I'm already stressed to a certain point. I might hit you in the throat. I just might. I'm a throat chopper in your throat. It just happens. So, it ain't for me. I couldn't be on reality TV. And I really wanted Sean G for this because I know she would have something to say. So, hopefully, I can get her to do one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I tell her to call me after she finally watches it. But what did you guys think about it? After they stopped talking to their separate ones, the girls from the inside got up and came outside. And then they still trying it. Like, Kenya and them stopped right in front of Nene and all of them. And Phaedra and Candy and Portia. And, like, why? You didn't have to leave. Why did you leave? Girl, like, I feel like Kenya be begging for somebody to whoop her butt. She be begging for it, like, "Please beat the bricks off me, please." And I just wish somebody would do it. Like, for real, put this girl on a real reality show, like with some real Detroit girls. Since you from Detroit, you from the D, put Kenya in the room with some real Detroit girls acting like that. I guarantee she's going to get her butt handed to her. Like, I guarantee it's going to happen. But what did you guys think about it? Was Cynthia wrong? Because to me, I feel like Cynthia was the one that started it all, and it was her fault because she shouldn't have brought that up at all. You shouldn't have ran and told, the business anyway. She had some conversation with Peter, and Peter was like talking, and I don't know. I felt like Peter should have checked her on. So why you running and tell them girls this? This ain't even, and then she said something like, "Well, how do you know it's true?" Well, why you making it seem like it was true when you talk to them girls? Just messy. So what do y'all think? To me, Cynthia is like just so messy, and she 47. She need to stop. Like, she really needs to stop and grow up. Like, come on. Like, dang, did you not graduate high school? Like, what happened? Did you start modeling young and you didn't get to live out your childhood or something? So now you're reverting back to high school years? Because it's just not, I don't like it. It makes me mad. But like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, guys, and tell me what you guys thought about it. Was the episode good to you? I know I left some stuff out, but comment below and we can talk about it, all right? I'll talk to you guys later.